The next chapter, we can see that are data structures. So what are the R data structures? So that is the first one. It is called as the R vectors. A vector is simply a list of items that are of the same type. To combine the list of items to the vector, use the C function and separate the items by a vectors. So what is that vectors? What is a data structure? Data structure, it is nothing but it is a collection of array of elements. Okay, so this is the vector of strings. So see that fruits, it containing the C of banana, apple and orange. These are the combined. That is the number of strings are available. It is the collection of objects that should be present. It is called the data structure. Data structure is nothing but it is a collection of data items. Then print fruits, vector of strings, then banana and apple and orange. So the vector of strings, it should be present. So print fruits. So automatically the vectors, it should be present. Okay, so to create the vector with a numerical value in the sequence, use these type of colon. Colon is one of the operator is used to differentiate the numerical values. The vector with the numerical value in the sequence is number 1:10. So up to 1:10, it is a number to using the data structure in vector. Using the R programming, so sequence, it should be present. Another one, to find out how many items a vector has. So how many item is, it's a numbers. So it is used for the length function. So length, we have to find the length. Automatically we can know the how many items to be present. So fruits, C, banana, apple and orange. So length of fruits. So automatically the length of fruit is 3. Okay, so in this way, that is the vector programming used in the data structure. Next, R list. A list in the R can contain many different data types inside it. A list is a collection of data which is ordered and changeable. So syntax for the list, use a list function, list of strings. So list of string means that is we have to print how many, that is object should be present. The list is apple, banana and cherry. So the list of the particular print item is nothing but apple, banana, cherry. So this is the list. So listing the data items. Okay. Next one, you can access the list item by referring to its index number. Inside the brackets, the first item has the index 1, the second item has index 2 and so on. See that apple is the index 1, banana is the index 2, cherry is the index 3. So the index item means the in the list we have to using the indexing number. Indexing number means we have to give the number to the each and every data item. Okay. So the list of 1 is nothing but apple. So this list is of 1. So this is the result is apple. So why? That is the index number is 1, index number is 2, index number is 3. So we have to, suppose we will give that this list of 3. Automatically we have to find the letter, it is the cherry. Okay. So this is the way the list functions are used in the R programming. To challenge the value of the specific item, refers the index number. Apple, banana and cherry, the list of 1 is blackcurrant. Okay, so in this blackcurrant, so we have to include the blackcurrant, apple and banana and cherry. So it is also possible to index in that one. So find out how many items a list has. So length, it should be present. So length is the apple, banana, cherry. So we have to find the list length of this list. So this list is nothing but it containing the apple, banana, cherry. So the length is 3. Okay. So next one, find out the specified item is present in the list. Use the percentage in percentage operator. So these special characters are used for the specified some items. So to add an item, to the end of the list, the use the append function. Append function, it is to be adding that function. Append means there is adding. Adding any one of the object or any value you can insert into the particular item. It is called the append function. So this list, apple, banana, cherry, the output is what? Orange. Orange is appending. So we have to append the list apple, orange, apple, banana, and cherry. Append means inserting that function. The most common way is to use the C functions, which combines the two elements together. So the list 1, it containing ABC, list 2 containing 1, 2, 3, list 3 is list 1, comma 2. Then only automatically you have to list 3 is what? ABC, comma 1, 2, 3. So this is the way then we can to combine these items. So this is the C function used for the elements together. Next one, matrices. Matrices is a two-dimensional data set with the columns and rows. So matrix, you know that there's a matrices, every matrix is having the columns and rows. Okay, so the column is a vertical representation of the data, while the row is a horizontal representation of the data. Okay, a matrix can be created with a matrix function. Specify the n rows and n columns parameter to get the amount of rows and columns. Example. So what's that example for the matrix? We can create the row and column wise, and we can create the matrix. This matrix is matrix C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of rows is 3 and column is 2. So print the matrix. So we can use this example for that one matrix function. So matrix is containing the rows and columns. The whole row can be accessed if you specify the comma after the number in the bracket. Example, this matrix of C, apple, banana, cherry, orange, comma, number of rows equal to 2, number of columns equal to 2. So this matrix was 2 into 2. So the matrix. So more than one row can be accessed if you use a C functions. For example, the matrix is containing the apple, banana, cherry, orange and grape and pineapple, pear, melon and fig. So the number of rows is 0, 3 and the number of columns is 3. So the matrix is containing what is that? C of 1, 2. So C bind function to add the additional column in the matrix. We have to use the C bind. C bind means then we can add the additional column, then we can use it. We can additional row we want to insert it using the R bind. Okay, C means column, R means bind. Use the C function to remove the rows and columns in the matrix. Remove the first row and the first column. This matrix is C of 1 minus C of 1. Use the dim function to find the number of rows and columns in the matrix. How many rows it should be present, how many columns it should be present. So we can using the dim function. This matrix, so apple, banana, cherry, orange, the rows 2 and column is 2. So the dim function, we can find it. Use the length of the function. So length of the matrix, it should be find using the length of. Then R bind and the C bind function combine the 2 or more rows and columns. The next one, it is called as the R arrays. Compared to matrix, arrays can have more than 2 dimensions. What is an array? Array is a group of elements present in this one. That is an array of functions. We can use the array function to create an array and the dim parameter to specify the dimensions. How we can define that array? See that C of 1 is to 24. So group of 1 to 24 data item to be present in the one single variable. The array with more than one dimension means that we have to use it the 432. So this is a one dimensional array, and we can using the array element by referring the index position. You can use the brackets. Okay, if you use the brackets, then automatically find the index positions to access the desired element from the array. So 1 is to 24 array. This is the array. Dim function C of 432. So multi array is 232. So this is the way that the array it should be present in the R programming. Use the dim function to find the amount of rows and columns in an array. This array is 1 is to 24. So that array it contained in the dim function is a C of 432 multi array functions. And find the length and length of functions it should be present. It is using this type of that's the syntax. Next, it's called as the data frames. In R programming, the data frames is present. What is a data frame? Data frames are data displayed in the format as a table. So data frames can have different type of data inside it. While the first column can be a character, the second and third can be a numeric or logical. However, each column should have the same type of data. So use the data.frame function to create the data frame. This is the example for the data frame function. So create the data frame. Data frame is a data.frame. Open braces. Training is C of strength, stamina, and other. Pulse 100, 150, 120. Duration is 60, 30, 45. So the group of items it should be present in the data frame. That table name is data frame. So in this way, that is the data frame should be created. Use the summary function to summarize the data frame data from a data frame. Summary means data summary of data frames. Use the rbind function is add the new rows to the data frame. So it is the main new row to be added into the particular matrix. Dim function it is used the rows and columns in the data frames. You can know that it is the dim function. What is the use of dim functions and what is the use of n column? N column function means that is we have to adding the number of columns, column to be added into the rows. Another one length function and rbind function and cbind function. So these are the main data frame functions. Next one are factors. Factors are used to categorize the data. Examples of factors are, what are the factors it should use in the R programming? Demography, male or female, music, rock, pop, classic, and jazz. It is the training, strength, and stamina. So these are the categories of the some examples. To create the factor, use the factor functions and add the vector as argument. Create a factor, music, it is the jazz, rock, classic, it is to be present. And print the music generations. And in this way, the levels of music and length of music, it should be present. So this is the way that the R factors it is used for this programming part.